Hello there, fellow travellers. Welcome. Tonight, we have stumbled into Stringshoe's camp. Right as it seems, he is about to arrive to greet some eager campfire story lovers. Let me guide you along. Stringshoe will be joining us around the fire soon to tell us one of his favourite tales. Here he is now. Stringshoe greets his guests personally before taking his seat by the fire. Welcome, welcome, dear travellers. He then sits, opening his old leather-bound book of stories. What story will it be tonight? Ah, the Friendly Boggart. In the quiet town of Alder Hollow, nestled at the edge of an old wood, lived a gardener named Eli. He had recently bought a weathered cottage that sat at the entrance to a dense forest, a place whispered about by locals but rarely explored. Unlike the previous owner, a gruff man who hacked down trees for firewood and profit, Eli treated the land with gentle reverence. Before he so much trimmed a single branch, Eli spent days working the property, mapping where the sun hit, where the birds nested, and where the wild flowers thrived. Then, carefully and lovingly, he planted native shrubs, bee-friendly blooms, and fruit-bearing bushes. He whispered thanks to the trees he did prune, and left offerings of compost beneath the oldest oaks. What Eli didn't know was that deep in those woods lived a boggart. Stringshoe paused to reach over and throw another log on the fire. Now, most folk believe boggarts to be mischief makers, pale, grumpy things that knock over milk jugs and hide your socks. And, truth be told, this one was no different. At least, he hadn't been. He had tangled with previous owners quite a bit, sticking twigs in chimney flues, making squirrels chatter all night, and even putting mushrooms in his boots. But this new man, Eli, well, he was different. The boggart, who preferred the name Thorn, watched from the shadows. Night after night, he saw the gardener tend the land, not with greed, but with gratitude. Thorn had never seen a human plant more than they took. It puzzled him. Intrigued, he began to return the favour in small, secret ways. When a late frost threatened Eli's delicate seedlings, Thorn crept out and covered the tender sprouts with leaves and moss. When slugs invaded the vegetable beds, Thorn brought a family of toads from the stream and settled them near the cabbages. And on dry nights, the boggart nudged morning dew from ferns and leaves to trickle down into the thirsty roots. Eli, of course, never saw the boggart. He only wondered how his garden thrived so well, how things seemed to fix themselves overnight. "Must be good fortune," he'd say, smiling to his wife over breakfast, as they watched a robin build its nest in the apple tree. The forest grew more peaceful. The animals returned, foxes with kits, deer with velvet antlers, and owls with low, haunting calls. Even the trees seemed to lean a little closer to the cottage, curious about this gardener who gave more than he took. Years passed, and the land flourished. Children played beneath flowering trees, while berries grew along the path to the woods. And every so often, Eli would leave a saucer of honey and cream on a flat stone at the forest's edge. He never knew who took it, but he always smiled when it was gone. And so it was A once troublesome boggart found a friend he never spoke to, a home he never built, and a happiness he never expected. The woods, the gardener, and the boggart all thrive together in quiet harmony. At the story's end, Stringshoe stood and thanked his guests. He turned to walk the path to his shack, disappearing into the woods until the next time.